Hello? Call in number 5. Come in number... Let's have a look and see if we're working on the old... Hello? Hello? It's working. Oh, I like that. That's good. That's bloody good. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Hookster Talks. And yes, I have worked out the sound, basically, because I should have done it last week, because I've got my laptop right next to me, because I'm doing this on my sort of main computer. I should have just had the volume up on the laptop, then I would have seen that the microphone was working. But like a plum, I was sitting there doing sign language instead last week. So yeah, but I know we're working. I can hear it coming out of the speaker. So hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Hookster Talks. Now, hang on a minute, because I've just come on air live. So I'm just going to tweet this link out to my other social medias. Yes, to Twitter and Facebook, because I'm just such a famous celebrity now. I'm just all over the world, yes. So let's just paste out this tweet. So please bear with me for a moment. I know what you're all waiting for, and he is here, but just hang on while we tweet this out. Hookster Talks is live. Yes. That's me tweet done. Now on to Facebook. The old man is live. There we go. Let's shut those down. And back to the stream. Right. Sorry about that. But we are back. Yes, we are back. Hookster Talks is back. And here's the... Did you see him? Did you see him? Just in the bottom corner right there. Look. Wait a minute. I feel like we need a drum roll for this. Oh, he's shy today. He doesn't want to come to see everyone. Come on, TB. Say hello to your fan club. There he is. Yes, it's TB the bear. Say hello to everyone. Yes. And yes, unfortunately, now it's getting colder in the UK. We have redressed Mr. TB. He's got his clothes back on. So no more naked bears. No more naked bears. Yes. Not that I don't mind a naked bear myself, but yes. Way. He gets so excited for these live streams he does. Yeah, so excited because he can be naughty. Yes, can't you, TB? Yes. And he loves being naughty, don't you? Yes, he does. So hello, everyone. Welcome back to another Hookster Talks. We got Mr. Scott Barnes in the house. Yes! Yippee! And all that jizzle. Hello, Scott. Yes, I'm very well, thank you. And we got Mr. J. Cartwright as well. I feel like I'm not worthy. Mr. J. Cartwright. He says, Imola is finally in F1 2021. Yes, it is. Oh, for fuck's sake, bloody weather app. I don't want to know what the weather is right now. Go away. I'm live streaming. It's going to be cloudy tomorrow, is it? Oh, well, bloody good job to it. Oh, I do apologise. The amount of pop-ups I get on this computer is unbelievable. Yes, apps everywhere trying to inform me of shit that I'm really not interested in. Yes, like the weather. Who gives a crap, really, unless you're going out? Then obviously it's quite imperative that it's not raining, otherwise you get wet. But apart from that, who cares? Right. And Red Bull special livery is in the game temporarily. Yes, I did see that. Seems like a lot of effort for Codemasters just for saying it's going to be in there temporarily, but there you go. Perhaps there's a sort of license issue, so they can't keep it in there for like a very long time. But obviously, once we go to other tracks, of course, it'll be back to its normal livery. So that's probably why it's only in there for a limited amount of time. Yes, limited amount of time. Yes, it's like one of those ice creams that was on cheap, wasn't it? Yes, get it now for a limited amount of time. Or one of those sofas. You remember those sofas back in the day? I think it used to be DFS, who used to have a sale every single day and you get it for half price, but only for a limited time. Only for a limited time. So that's probably what's happening with the Red Bull livery. Scott Barnes says, TB, yay, no more naked bear. Well, yes, famous last words. Famous because, you know, next year will be the summer. It'll be hot. And TB doesn't like getting hot, so he does like to strip down to his nakedness. Yes, so don't count out the fact that there could be a naked TB next summer. Dun, dun, dun. Yes, and if it's really hot, he could be really naked, couldn't you, TB? Yes, yes. Oh, he loves the summer. He does because he just lies out like that. He does lies out like that, not a care in the world, completely naked. Yes, getting his suntan. He loves it. Absolutely loves it. That's Google Weather shout out. Yeah, that's it. Shout out to Google Weather. Yes. Well done to Google Weather. I'm going to do a little rant now. You talking about that? Because I've got the Google Weather thingy. I don't know if everyone else has. Well, they must have it because it's Windows 10. On Windows 10, if you look on the taskbar, they now give you the weather. Yeah. I just like to say it's the most useless piece of crap I've ever seen in all my life because right next to me here, I've got a laptop, which is also Windows 10 because everything is these days. Yeah, you haven't got any choice. No. And the trouble is, it doesn't update fast enough. On this computer I'm talking to you on now, it says in the corner 12 degrees, mostly cloudy. Okay, right? Don't forget what the time is now. It's 7:30 in the evening, so it's dark, but it can still be 12 degrees and cloudy. Yeah, that's okay. But there's a little bit of a sun symbol next to it. You know, how can it be sunny when it's dark? But this is the best laugh. I look across to my laptop and it says 9 degrees and clear with a moon symbol. So that means it's dark. So that means this one is out of date and this one is correct. But they chop and change all the time. Sometimes this one's all right and the other one's out of date. It's ridiculous. Why the hell we've got a weather widget or whatever you call it on the bottom of the taskbar for Windows 10, I've no idea. And I expect with Windows 11, things like that are going to get even worse. If you can find a way of getting it on your computer, because, you know, Windows, no, they don't want computers from about 4 or 5 years ago to actually run Windows 11. No, they don't want it. It's all to do with security. Security. Well, I'm sorry, Microsoft, but, you know, you're in charge of that, so sort it out. If you can't make your system secure enough, then that's your fault, not ours. We're the consumers, aren't we? We're the people that buy the software. So, you know, you should sort it out. You really should, because it's ridiculous. Apparently, my computer, this one I'm talking to you on now, which is from 2017, so it's getting on a bit, but it's, you know, not in any way finished yet. No, it won't work with Windows 11. No, won't work with Windows 11. I will be able to get it to work. It looks like I will be able to anyway, but straight out of the box, it won't work. So sort it out, Microsoft. You're just ridiculous now. And so is Windows 10. I'm going to do another rant now. How many more bloody updates do we get for Windows 10? Every time I switch this chuffing thing on, we've got an update ready for you. But it's the impreciseness of these updates that gets me. It's like now, when would you like us to apply this update? Would you like it in the next few hours, or would you like to restart your computer now, or would you like to go away and think about it for a few minutes? I'm not quite sure. Now, back in the old day when we had Windows XP, you didn't have none of that bullshit. No, none of that bullshit at all, mate. You'd be in the middle of doing something, and suddenly the screen would go blank. Windows is applying an update. You've got no bloody choice in the matter, so shut up until it's finished. I'm like, oh, shit. I've just lost 14 hours of editing, but it's okay because it was Windows XP. Yes, a decent bloody software operating system. Yes, Windows XP. It's just brilliant. The screen just went blank, and it's, oh no, is my computer broken? Oh no, it's okay. We're just doing an update. Yes, and you've got no choice in the matter. Best operating system out there was Windows XP. I'll tell you, absolutely brilliant. The DFS sale is now on. Yes, it is. Yes. When will it ever finish? Please, someone finish the DFS sale, please. It's got to finish one day. Just imagine if there was like, I'm going on a downer here, but just imagine if there was like nuclear war, yeah, and the whole of civilization was wiped out, and we're all sitting there amongst the rubble of this tiny little broken television, and we switched it on, and it said the DFS sale is out now. I can imagine it would be. Yeah, I can imagine it would be. Unbelievable. Just DFS, if you're watching, by the way, if you are watching, I've got a sofa that's getting a little bit ratty now. So, if you'd like to sponsor me, I'm your man. Yes. But please, a personal message. DFS, stop your sale now. Stop it. It's been long enough. What's it been? 35 years? I'm not quite sure. I don't know when they started. I think they started in the 80s, didn't they? Maybe longer than that. But whenever they started, DFS, please, for God's sake, for humanity's sake, please end that sale now. It's done. It's finished. Okay? A sale is exactly what it means. It's a sale. It doesn't mean that it lasts forever. So please just end it now. Just no. It's Jason Plato's. Get that right, Dave. Jason Plato's birthday today. He's 54. Wow, he's older than me. And he was still in touring car, wasn't he, a couple of years ago? Wowzers. I'm going to use my catchphrase now. Wowzers me trousers. 54. Yes, Jason Plato. I remember him back in the day. Touring cars. Yes. BTCCC or Toka as it was back then. Toka. Well, it still is Toka, but you know what I'm saying. Yes. He was such a magician behind that wheel in his early days. He really was. I just love to see good old Jason Plato. I had a lot of in common with him because he was definitely an elbows out kind of driver, wasn't he? Yes, definitely an elbows out kind of driver. You knew you had a battle on your hands if you were behind Jason Plato and you were trying to get past. You knew you had a battle. You knew it wasn't going to be easy. And so, yeah, great driver. Yes. There were some great classics back in the day, wasn't there? Oh, Tiffany Dell. Who remembers Tiffany Dell? Yeah, Tiffany Dell. Oh, dear. Yes, that was great. And Nigel Mansell, of course, did the touring cars, didn't he? In the Ford Mondeo. Yes, the Ford Mondeo. Such a shame. He couldn't get any other work, but there you go. Oh, yes. That was a season. Well, it wasn't a season for Nigel. He only did about 2 or 3 races, wasn't it? Or maybe it was only one. I can't remember. It may have just been a one-off appearance in the touring cars for Nigel Mansell, but I remember him in it. Yes. In that full Mondeo. With that engine note on that was just epic. It really was. They had like 27 bees in a jar going weird, very weird. A bit like the hybrid cars of the F1 era right now. Yes, very weird indeed. Oh my goodness, it's Mr. Martin Brundle, everyone. Martin Brundle is in my stream. Well, hello, sir. Hello. I have to bow to Martin Brundle. Yes. I knew he'd be here eventually because he did say in one of his Sky commentaries that he always... Oh, God, I've got another message now. What's this? The best little French bistro in Ireland. Recommended the Mac Master. There you go. It's YouTube recommended now. So if anyone wants to watch that, go ahead after this stream. Yes, it's the Mac Master on YouTube, and he's doing the best little French bistro in Ireland. Well done, sir. Well done indeed. Oh, these notifications. So anyway, I knew Martin Brundle was going to come on the show eventually because he said in a lot of his broadcasts that every single Thursday he tunes into Hookster Talk. So welcome along, Martin. Welcome along. I have to say I've been a long time fan of yours ever since your early days as commentating for the BBC when you weren't even doing it properly. You were just sort of sitting in a corner offering your opinions while Murray and all the others were doing their sort of commentary. I did like your little side opinions. That was when he was driving for Ligier, but he was only had a part-time seat, I think it was, wasn't he? Part-time seat. And so on the races he wasn't racing and he used to do a little bit of side commentary. And from that moment, I've always been a fan of yours, Martin Brundle. Unfortunately, you did lose a lot of my following when you actually left to go to Sky. Yes, and I know Mr. David Coulthard was very upset with you about that. Yes, and I do understand you weren't on speaking terms for quite a few years. In fact, I don't even know if you still speak today. I'm not quite sure. But David Coulthard was not happy that you left to go to Sky. You sort of left him in the lurch. I mean, he's really done well and pulled himself up. I mean, he's now one of the co-founders of Whisper Films, isn't he? Which is basically is responsible for Channel 4's coverage of the highlights of Formula One. So he's done well. He's done well, that lad. He's done well. He invested his money well. Well, of course he did. He bought that, what was it, a casino, didn't he, in Monaco, pretty much as soon as he started earning money, basically, or maybe a few years into his career. I think he bought that while he was at Williams anyway. Yeah. Invested in a casino at Monaco. Yes. Or was it some kind of, it was something in Monaco anyway. It might have been a hotel or something like that anyway. But he invested money in there. And so there you go. It's been gradually building and building and building. So he's done well as old David Twat Coulthard. Yes, we must get him on the show once. Yes, I'd like to hear his opinions of being a twat and his brilliant 1995 season. Yes, when he went into the pit wall about 3 times just coming to the pits because the steering was wonky. The steering was wonky. Oh dear. Okay. Hello, Mr. Helium Trophy. He says he's taking a break from perving French female cyclists. Yeah, you've got to take a break every now and again. You know, you just can't keep up that amount of commitment. Yeah, you have to just go on the down low for a few days. Yes, and then back again. Scott says ITV, Channel 4 and Channel 5 will be happy. More adverts. Yeah, you're right. More bloody adverts. Unbelievable. I do want to do a personal apology to anyone that watches my videos and gets loads of adverts. Unfortunately, the way YouTube set it up, it's so complicated now to input the adverts yourself, and it's so much faffing about that it's just easier to press the auto button for the adverts to go in automatically. Now, I always try to get the adverts so that you can skip them. Yeah. So you only get like 10 seconds or 5 seconds and you can skip them. But sometimes I know a lot of big YouTubers, they have adverts at the start that you can't skip. I always try to avoid that. Sometimes I think you do still get it. But most of the time on my videos, the ads you can skip. So, you know, because I'm not really bothered. It's just, you know, just a bit of moolah, isn't it? At the end of the day, just a bit of moolah, you know. I'm not going to be the next Tiamat Marju, come on. Benji, we love Benji, don't we? Yes, we love Benjamin Daly. I'm sure he'll be on the show once as well. I'm sure he will because he watches this show every Thursday. Yeah, possibly in amazement. Martin Brundle says Hamilton will end up with 150 wins and 10 championships. This is achievable. Yes, you're quite right, Martin. It is achievable, but unfortunately, it's not going to happen. No. I just heard that Hamilton may have to take another penalty for the next Grand Prix, which is going to put him on the back foot once again. And I can just see this championship now is slipping away from Lewis Hamilton. It really is. The one thing I can't understand is I think Mercedes know that the engine they're using at the moment is pretty knackered. Okay. So I don't know why they didn't just go for the 60 grid penalty in the last round and have a completely fresh engine because it's only like was it 5 or 6 rounds left, and that would have lasted until the end. Instead, they seem to be like just replacing the parts as they're getting near to the end of their life. So he only ends up with a 10 grid place penalty, or sometimes a 5 grid place penalty. I don't get the logic in that. If he'd have done the last race and started from the back of the grid, would have been a lot better, and he'd have a fresh engine now for the remaining races. So I can't understand why they're sort of spacing out this. I mean, I'm pretty sure the next race after this one is going to have to take another penalty, because I think that engine on that Mercedes is pretty much knackered. Pretty much knackered. The Mercedes are just trying to rein it in by just taking penalties for the parts as they're going. But as I say, should have just taken a 60 grid penalty and started at the back of the grid in the last round. He would have been good to go now for the rest of the season. So very strange for Mercedes that they would do that. But there we go. There we go. Scott says, love Jason Plato. Favourite driver. Could have been a podium on Sunday at Donington. Yes, could have been indeed. Also, Matt Neal versus Jason Plato, 2009, 2010, 2011. Spicy. Yes, it was very spicy between Matt Neal and Jason Plato. I remember that. Yes, very spicy indeed. But it was great to watch. Great to watch. And of course, one good thing is they were, I don't know if they're friends, but they will definitely appreciate each other. So, there's none of this, like, I hate you bullshit that comes in. They definitely appreciated each other's driving. So that was good to see. Hello, the Bobster. He says, did you see your mate WTF1 hosting the F1 Pro game with Nick Hamilton? No, unfortunately, I didn't see that. No, I didn't see that. I did notice that you posted the link, but I didn't actually get around to watching it. I may watch it at some point over the weekend, in fact, because I know it'll still be on there. Oh, dear. Mr. X Matty G hosting esports again, was he? Poor lad. I do feel sorry for X Matty G. I mean, he got his career from doing those rage videos basically on his own channel, wasn't it? Really, where he was sitting in or standing in his kitchen raging about the Grand Prix that had just happened. Yeah, but the trouble is, those videos were good because he was completely unrestrained. Yeah, unrestrained, and he could say what he liked. Then he joined WTF1 and it became the Rage Kitchen, and it was just so watered down. It was unbelievable. And he, it was just a shadow of its former self. And as he's grown on WTF1, and WTF1 unfortunately has lost a lot of its original crew. They've left. Jess McFadden, of course, used to be with WTF1, and she's now doing something with Autosport. I think she's something quite high up in the Autosport YouTube channel and the actual website. So she's left, and a lot of the other original crew have also gone on to other things. Now, is that because Tommy is quite difficult to work for? I can't comment on that. I haven't got a clue. My own personal opinion is I think he is a little bit difficult to work for. But as I say, I've got no basis on that opinion, so I don't know. But it's just my personal opinion that I believe he is a little bit too difficult to work for. But getting back to WTF1, and I don't know. They started sort of being this sort of meme channel, didn't they? WTF1, but the direction they're going in now, it seems rather directionless. They just seem to chuck out the odd video about something that, let's face it, not a lot of people are interested in. Yeah. Nothing away from them, and they get their views and whatever. That's good because they got their loyal fan base, which is why they get the views. But the actual videos, I mean, there's not been any sort of funny comedy ones on there for ages, absolutely ages. And I say some of the videos, they're a very low interest, I have to say, very low interest. And there seems to be no direction. They just sort of come from nowhere, some of the videos, and you're like, what? So whoever thinks of the ideas for the videos, I don't know, maybe get someone else. Yes, needs a bit of pepping now. WTF1 needs a bit of dynamic to it. And I'm not so sure Matty G's getting a little bit fed up with it, to be honest, because in his recent videos, I don't get that spark for him anymore. He seems a little bit, oh, I can't bother with this. He seems like he's just turning up to say some words to a microphone. Basically, there's no passion there, no passion there. But we will see. We will see. Anyway, good luck to you, WTF1. So he was on with Nick Hamilton as well, was he? Oh, nice. Well, we will see what happens there. I'll watch it at some point and give you my honest opinion. But there you go. G. Cartwright says, I remember watching a clip of Mansell at Donaldson in 1998. It was raining the race at one point. Yes, he did. Yes. I think it was 1998, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, because you had the Renaults, which were well beaten in 1997, of course, because they were run by Williams, weren't they? And in 1998 as well, they were also run. That's when they changed the livery colour, didn't they, to a green colour, wasn't it? Green, yes, green colour. And then, of course, yes. So he was in the full Mondeo, I think he was, wasn't he? Yes, in 1998. Yeah, it was a shame about that Renault team actually in 97 and 98, as I say, run by Williams, but Williams just had so much on their plate back then in 98 because, of course, they were trying to win a world championship in 97. And then, unfortunately, we had all the Ayrton Senna trial nonsense where they were basically, Williams were getting sued for manslaughter charges. So, I mean, that really affected their 1998 F1 campaign, basically because of the state of the car, which unfortunately for 98 wasn't designed by Adrian Newey because he'd already left to go to McLaren. So it had to be designed by their sort of, head designer who was there, but he wasn't anyone of merit. He wasn't like a top designer, and the car in 98 really suffered. That's when they also changed their sponsors to the Winfield, if you remember, because the car changed the color to red and white. And it was just 98 was just a disaster for Williams, but they were still doing the touring car. But then they had to pull out of that as well because there was just, even Frank admitted at the time that too many eggs in one basket. They were doing too much, so they had to pull out of the touring car in the end. But it was great to see a touring car team run by Williams in the BTCC. It was great to see. In 97, which of course was the one that was featured on the PS1 game Toka Touring Cars, which I'm sure a lot of you remember and probably still play to this day because it was a classic game from Codemasters. Yes, Codemasters. It was a classic game, and that featured the Renault team, of course, run by Williams, and it was great, absolutely great. Martin Bundle says, I was here last week, remember? No, sir, I don't remember because as soon as these streams finish, I wipe my memory and start again from scratch. Yeah, it's very annoying. I have to say, very annoying. I have to learn the alphabet and everything because it literally wipes everything out. Yeah, so I'm literally after the stream, I'm sitting here going, which is basically the same as normal. So there you go. Matthew D'Souza. Oh, Matthew D'Souza's here. Yes. So he gets a special TB wave. Yeah. Wave from TB. Wave from TB. Matthew's in the house. Matthew's in the house. Yes. Hello, Matthew D'Souza. He says, what was your favorite thing to do in your hotel room with the supermodels? He keeps coming back to this, doesn't he? Well, there was lots of games we could play. We could play hide the sausage in the vagina. That's it. That's this video unmonetized now. We may have got away with it. Because what happens is when YouTube review these videos and they know it's mine, yeah, they only watch the first couple of minutes, yeah, and then they fall asleep. So it's okay. We might have got away with it. So yeah, there's lots of games, Matthew D'Souza, we could play in the hotel room with the supermodels, and I really must bring that back one day. Yes, I keep forgetting to, but I really must one day. Why did I enjoy your hotel room remarks comments from the early seasons so much? I'm so weird. No, no, you're not weird. Well, you are weird, but then so am I. So we're in good company. Yes, but yeah, I have to say, after a lot of you sort of send me comments from the older videos, what happens is when you send those comments, because I don't know, I'll be totally honest with you, I don't know what you're talking about half the time, because obviously I made those videos what 4 5 years ago, so I have to watch the video to understand what it is you're on about. But I'm watching them and I'm going, wow, I can't believe these were that good. I really can't. Yeah, I've forgotten how much sort of effort I'd put into the older ones. That's right, Dave. You don't put any effort in nowadays. You just sit there going, hey, you fuckers, giving me bloody views and fuck off. But yeah, really a lot of effort. The one that surprised me the most was the virtual race driver. Oh my God, the hours I must have put into the virtual race driver series, because it was just made up from nothing because there was no career mode. So I had to make one up. It was just brilliant. It really, the amount of hours I must have put into that one was just unbelievable. It really was. So yeah, well done to everyone watching the old videos. Anyway, I will keep them up there for as long as I'm still breathing. Hopefully, anyway. Hopefully, yes. Hopefully, they'll be up there for future generations to watch. Oh God, that would be great, wouldn't it? That would be great. You imagine that in about 20 years' time, they're still watching the all seasons. Jesus, Macredus. No, no, no. There are a few videos, unfortunately, that have now been blocked by YouTube. I do check them now and again, just through the whole channel, but there's a lot of videos on there, about 1,500, so it takes a while to get through them. But yeah, there's a couple that have been blocked. I might sort them out, but I looked at them. They're not anything special, so I might leave them blocked, to be honest. Yes. As long as the all seasons is not blocked and I've been through all them, they're all okay, then we're good to go. Helium Trophy says, especially the Tour de France femme head honcho, Marion. Oh God, Marion Roos. Is that the one you mentioned, or is this a new one? Is this a new one? He says as he's desperately trying to keep talking while he's typing things into his Google search. Oh my goodness! Wowzers! Wowzers! Let's put that over this screen here. Wow. Okay. Thanks everyone for watching, and good night. Wow. Yes, that's mm, 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 mm. Oh, there's one here, and she looks like she's wearing shorts and a rather. Oof, oof, oof. Okay, everyone. I've got another bloody notification. It's from one of the channels I'm subscribed to, Aristotle Full Throttle, and it's Total Metroid Dread Thursday apparently. So go watch that video if you so desire. Yes, Marion Rouse, I think is, if you spell it correctly. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. Yeah. Now, anyone who's watching, do not, under any circumstances, type that into Google. No, do not, because I think you might break it. Yes. Google, that is, not anything else. But no, don't type it into Google. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That's yeah, that's no, that's no, 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 no. Okay, yeah. Stop looking at the pictures now, Dave. And oh god, there's another one. Marie. Anyway, let's talk about Formula One while I'm pretending not to type things into the internet. Oh, I haven't got Marie. Oh dear, I have, but she's a very old woman. I don't think that's her. I don't think that's her. Okay, we'll come back to her. We'll come back to her later and do a proper search. But anyway, I'm all right, thanks. I'm all right with Marion Rouse, whatever you want to say. Yeah. Anyway, let's get back to the chat. Scott Barnes says, "Have you Rockingham 2011 Quali Neil versus?" I don't know if I saw that or not. I can't remember. But it was all quality stuff with those two. It really was great to see. Matthew D'Souza says, "I love playing PS4 games, but I don't think I'd enjoy a career commentating on other people playing." No. I quite agree with you. I do quite agree with you there, Matt. And the Bobster says, "You can only have one, Jess McFadden or Carmen Jordan." Oh, the Bobster. What a dilemma. Can I have one for the weekend and one for the week? No? Oh. Oh, what a thing. Jess McFadden or Carmen Jordan? Well, unfortunately, in my personal opinion, Jess McFadden sounds like a right whining bitch. So I'm going to go for Carmen Jordan. Yes. Good old Carmi. She never lets me down. Yeah. I think she'd be great to take out at the weekend. Don't you think, lads? Carmen Jordan. Yeah, Carmen Jordan. She can thrill us all with her adventures in her motor racing career right now. She could, couldn't she? Yeah. I'd love to take out Carmen Jordan. There you go. But maybe Jess McFadden as well. Please. I'm desperate. Just Jess McFadden. Please. I'll tell you what, I think I've just blown any chance of getting an invitation on WTF1 now. I think that's gonna, or even Autosport. Yeah, I don't think they'll ask my advice on anything after that. I choose Dave Hookster. That's it. That's me. Yes. What would you classify your content as? That's a very good point. Gaming, comedy, or education? I've never actually seen it as education, but well done. I'm going to include that now in my video titles. Yes, education. I've never seen it like that, but you're right. Yes, it is an education to watch my videos. Yes, you are educated. Most of the time, once you've seen the end, you say, "I'm never going to get that time back," but it is still an education. You're right. Yes, unbelievable. Never even thought of education. But yes, it is very hard to classify. I do actually classify all my videos as gaming. But yes, there's like comedies chucked in there, parody, sarcasm, everything you could want basically from a video is in there. But yeah, I do mainly class them as gaming videos. But yeah, in the actual tags that you put on the video, it's just ridiculous. Okay, it's absolutely ridiculous what I class the video as. I'll tell you what I put in because I'm not a big YouTuber. I'm not precious about these things. I put in I've got to see if I can count it off my fingers. I put in gaming, entertainment, comedy, parody, and I think sarcasm, something like that. Anyway, I put about 5. That's just describing the video. That's probably why YouTube never pushes it up their search engine because they're like, it's what, it's what, it's what. So they don't know. That's probably why. But yeah, that's what I put in the tags of what the video contains, because that actually contains every video. Is all of those 5 things is in every video. So yes, but education, I never thought. Yes, I am educating the youth of today. To end up when they're older, just like me. I'm not saying another word. But yes, you're right. Surely a bit of everything. Medical Mondays are the best. Yes, Medical Mondays are the best. I quite agree. Yes, if anyone hasn't seen Medical Mondays, they are on the Elite Racing League streams on a Monday night, which is at midnight in the UK. Yes, and it's usually between midnight and 1 o'clock. there is a special section every Monday, and ironically, it's called Medical Monday. Yes, where we get to discuss problems that maybe as men, because there's only men unfortunately in our league. We haven't got any females. Now we have had females in our league, so we don't want to appear that we're, you know, phobic towards the female form. We have had females in our league, yes, indeed. So we don't want to say that, no. But at the moment, we are all male at the moment, and yes. So we discuss problems that as males we tend to get, because as males we do tend to get a lot of problems, most of them in the nether regions, yes. So that's the kind of things we discuss on Medical Mondays, every Monday between 12:30 and 1 o'clock, on a Monday night, Tuesday morning, if you're in the US or the UK, of course. Yes, so please feel free to join us for Medical Mondays, where we discuss lots of different things. Yes, in a few weeks' time, we will be featured exclusively on WebMD. Yes, because we've discussed so many problems now that we're up there. So we're going to be discussed on WebMD because it's going to be great. Yes, some of the things most of the things we discuss are to do with me, in fact, but that's another story. But anyway, so yes, please feel free to join us for Medical Mondays every Monday. Scott says, wasn't Toka Touring Cars the first motor racing game Codemasters produced? Good point there, Scott. Good point. I'm not quite sure. You could be right. They did do a few games before sort of that one. They did a few cartoony sort of games, Codemasters. So I don't know if one of those was sort of a racing kind of game. But I think going towards a serious side of racing, I think you're possibly right. Yes. But as I don't know, I'm going to Google it just to find out. Well, in fact, they started in 1986 with Super Robin Hood. Yes, anyone remember that? They had the BMX simulator in 1986 as well. Who remembers that? BMX. Now that was a thing in the 80s. Yeah, oh my god. Everyone who had a bike had to be a BMX. So in 87 they actually had Grand Prix Simulator. Whoa. Let's have a look at that, everyone. Let's have a look at that. Grand Prix Simulator, 1987. Made by Codemasters, designed by the Oliver twins, who, if anyone doesn't know, were the original makers of games for Codemasters. They actually were Codemasters. Yes, they were Codemasters. And they coded all their games in their spare bedroom, apparently, back in the early days. Yeah, back in the early days. But here we go. Grand Prix Simulator is a racing game developed by the Oliver twins and published by Codemasters for the ZX Spectrum, Amstrad CPC, Commodore 64, and the Atari 8-bit family. Wowzers. So there you go. That's the first racing game they actually made. The game was endorsed by Ayrton Senna. Oh, no, sorry. Let's get that right. Oh, dear. I thought that was going to say endorsed by Ayrton Senna, but no, of course, he had his own game, didn't he? But if you read on, it says the game was endorsed by Ayrton Senna's 1986 Formula One teammate, Johnny Dumfries. So there you go. Why didn't they just say Johnny Dumfries? Why did I don't get that. Why put the Senna? Well, because it's a Senna name, obviously, but that's weird. That's weird. So there you go. And a sequel was released in 1988. Wowzers. The game is designed so the player is looking down the track from an overhead view. Oh, sort of early GTA 1 sort of top-down looking view then. That was the Grand Prix Simulator. And, of course, a lot of games were like that because of the graphic limitations, of course. So, wowzers. Okay, reception. This is the reception that it receives, and this is sort of a bit of foreshadowing for Codemasters in the future. Grand Prix Simulator was rated an average of 19 out of 20 in Amstrad User magazine and sold over 250,000 copies, which is very decent indeed, considering it was out on something like a ZX Spectrum. That is decent numbers, very decent indeed. And of course, don't forget back in 1986 or 87, people with computers, it just wasn't happening. Of course, there was no internet and no real proper computers, so these were just like home computers for the home, and not a lot of people had them back then. So I'll tell you what, that is bloody good sales, bloody good sales. I'm pretty sure they only get about 5 million a year for the F1 games, don't they? The Codemasters these days. I know I don't get much for the F1 games. The sales are not ever decent for F1. I think they get about 5 million every year for the F1 games. It's not anywhere near a Call of Duty or anything like that. Nowhere near. So there you go. There's to answer your question. Grand Prix Simulator. I've got a picture of it as well. It has digitized voice synthesis. Wowzers. Cop a load of that. 1987 or 1986, and it had digitized voice synthesis. Who remembers Super Monaco Grand Prix, Ayrton Senna's for the Mega Drive? I think it's behind me. Can we? It's probably down. It's probably down there. Oh, hang on. Let's turn. It's there somewhere. It's one of those games there, or it might be the next shelf down. But Ayrton Senna's Super Monaco Grand Prix, that had synthesized Ayrton Senna sort of sound bites in it. Oh, it was great. It was. It used to say, "Keep it up, keep it up." Yeah, and stuff like that. Yeah, it was great. If you haven't played that game, you should go away and play it. Unfortunately, though, you do need a Sega Mega Drive, but you can do it in emulation. Just put it on a PC and you'll get it. You don't need a decent PC to play it because it's a very old game, but it's great. Really is great. So let's switch that off now. You pronounced her name right the first time. Roos. Ah, right, Roos. Lovely, lovely, jubbly. Oh my goodness, we have Mr. Rules in the house now. Well, welcome back, Mr. Rules. Where have you been and why haven't you made any YouTube videos? And are you going to start to plan to finish any of the videos you make this time? That's a little in joke, by the way. If anyone doesn't realise, yes, in one of his videos, Mr. Luton Rules said that he started to plan to finish one of his projects. And it just made me laugh. And I had to comment on it because to me, it made no sense. And now he writes for The Race, which is a online sort of website-y thing. Yes. So I'm glad he didn't show that in his CV because they'd have gone, what the hell's this? What the chuffing hell is this? Garbage. Yes. He started to plan to finish. Yes. That was me in the 80s most of the time. The Race has so brilliant articles, don't you know? I expect it does, Mr. Rawls, because most of them are written by you because they keep popping up in my notifications, unfortunately, because I think I may have accidentally liked the page at some point, and now every single time you write something for The Race, I get a notification of it. So, yes, well done to me for being a buffoon and pressing that button. Well done. Dave does not educate. No, you're right, Mr. Rules. I do not educate. Unlike you, who always educate in all your videos. Yes. And possibly bore us senseless in all your videos as well. Yes. I especially like the Gran Turismo, What Matters Most series the most. Yes. I love that series. Yes. About having Gran Turismo 2 and sticking an extra set of sticky springs on it or something, and it made a 1.3% more speed increase around the corners. Yes, I really did enjoy that series, Mr. Rolls. You ought to bring it back. Also, Dutch cyclists, oh God, he's given me these names to try and pronounce now. I'm going to say Lejean Marcus has a passing resemblance to Denise Richards. Denise Richards. That's interesting. Okay, let's just talk amongst ourselves as we put in weather's been nice, hasn't it, everyone? Weather's been, there's been no rain. That's been good, hasn't it? E E E yeah, weather has. Oh my god! Yes. Yes. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone, and good. Yes, I definitely get the Denise Richard vibe. Absolutely. Yes. Denise Richards is a personal favourite of mine as well. Yes, personal favourite. Yes. Loved her in James Bond. Yes. Loved her in James Bond. Christmas Jones. Who remembers that? Christmas Jones. Yes. Only comes once a year. James Bond, the classics. Surely I must be dreaming. Do you want me to talk? No, Mr. Bond, I want you to die. Horribly. Oh, well, why don't you just shoot me in the head then instead of torturing me for 20 minutes like every bloody movie? No, that would be too simple, wouldn't it, Mr. Bond? Yes. I think James Bond eclipsed itself when I tried to laser his balls off. Yeah, tried to laser his balls off. I think that was the pinnacle, Goldfinger. I think that was it. Yes, that was it for James Bond. There was nowhere else to go, really, was there? After that, I haven't seen the new one, but and I probably won't do because I won't be going to the cinema. But I hear it's pretty darn decent. Yeah, it's pretty darn decent. I haven't been very impressed with Daniel Craig as his Bond tenure. I have to say, I wasn't. Some people have absolutely loved it, but for me, it just wasn't Bond enough. No, it wasn't Bond enough. I like all the gadgets and shagging women at every corner. Basically, I mean that is quintessentially a Bond film, isn't it? That's what it's all about. You know, you can't suddenly start changing this stuff and expect everyone to like it. 50% of everyone did like it. They thought it was a good change in direction, and that's fine. But I was one of the ones that I wasn't impressed. No, wasn't impressed. But he did get better. I mean, the first one wasn't too bad, a little bit overlong, but Vesper was interesting, very interesting. Eva Green, she was good. Yes, she was good. So yeah, it had potential. And then unfortunately, we went to the next film, which was Quantum of Solace, which unfortunately was made during a writer's strike, which was a big problem. And that film was basically a load of runny poo. Yes, runny poo. Yes. But you can't really blame it considering it was, as I say, made during a writer's strike. But one, it was 1 hour and 40 minutes. That's not a Bond film. Bond films don't run for 1 hour and 40 minutes. No, that's not a Bond film. So it's obvious they had 20 minutes planned, but they couldn't complete it. So they had to just run with it and go with it. So that's one huge thing that lets it down. We all know a Bond film is over the 2 hour mark. They've been over the 2 hour mark since the 60s films ended. I mean, some have been a lot longer, but since I think the 70s, they've been, over the 2 hour mark. So that's what we expect now in a Bond film. So 1 hour, 42 minutes. No, that's not a Bond film. And Quantum of Solace was just horrible. Really was. Poor Gemma Arterton was in it and Strawberry Fields, and she was like, she was wearing this overcoat over whatever. It looked like she was naked underneath. And her actual acting skills in that film just looked appalling. And we know she can act. She's a very good actor. Get it right, Dave. She's a very good actor, but acting skills in that film was just appalling. It was like drama school stuff. It really was. I just don't know what was going on, but that could be down to bad direction. Really, I would say bad direction. I don't think it was her fault whatsoever. As I say, she really can act very well, but in that film, it was just ridiculous. So then, of course, we went on to Skyfall, which is a lot of Daniel Craig's people's favourite movie, and it had a lot going for it, I do believe, and it had a great villain as well, which is what you always need in a Bond film, a good villain. And so yeah, a lot of people enjoyed that. And then, of course, we had Spectre, which polarized a lot of people's opinions. 50% loved it, 50% thought it was a real downturn. Personally, my opinion is that I thought it was a downturn. I wasn't too impressed with Spectre whatsoever. But hopefully the new one, it's going. Wait, it's definitely finishes the story anyway. We know that it finishes the story because that's his last film. So yeah, should be a good one. Who knows? Dave does not solve problems either. No, I don't solve problems. No, no problems whatsoever do I solve. F1 2021 is a really good game. Really, Mr. Rules? Really? Well, look at popular opinion and look at how many people are still playing the game, and you'll find out. We're not even using it in our league because, well, I was one of the people that suggested that we didn't, in fact, because it's just too frustrating. Because you can just spin out at any curb. Now, you know, we have a bad enough trouble as a group trying to, keep it together in the races. The last thing you need is for the game to constantly spin you out. It's just annoying. And as I've said before, we've got people from all sort of ranges of abilities in our elite racing league. And for some of the the 10th place finishers or whatever that finish every week, but they still turn up because they still enjoy the thrill of racing against other people online. It would just be too frustrating for them because they'd be spinning out, like 2 or 3 times a race. And that's just so frustrating. If you're already going to finish 10th and you're going to slip down even further, there's just no point. So that's why we're still playing F1 2020. And I think we will possibly be doing that until the next game comes out, which hopefully will be better than 2021. Dave waffling on, unlike me. Yeah, that's me. Load of old waffle. Load of old waffle. Series that I started to plan to finish. Yes. Can McLaren fight for the championship next season? Unfortunately, from what I've heard today or yesterday, I don't think they can because apparently McLaren are in serious financial difficulties. Yes. And looking for someone big to either invest in them or take them over. So that's going to take a lot of focus on their chances of being a championship winning team. It has to be said. It's very disappointing. I didn't even realize McLaren were in that situation. I thought they were doing okay, but no, apparently, according to the news, they are in serious financial difficulties. So there you go. That is definitely going to take the shine off of them trying to win a championship because anything like that always takes your focus because if you haven't got the money up front, you can't hire the best people, and that's the best people that you need to push your team forward. So you can't get into Mercedes territory because you haven't got the resources to buy the best people. So, in Formula One, everyone knows that the winners are the best teams and the best drivers. It's a sad fact, but it's a true fact. That is how Formula One goes. If you put enough money into it, you will win races. And there's no two ways about that. So, yeah, unfortunately, McLaren, I honestly think they're going to drop a little bit. I think they're going to drop a little bit. I think they're going to sort of, they're up there pretty decent at the moment, aren't they? Getting seconds and thirds and first, of course, for Danny Rick. But I think next year, they're possibly going to end up where they were a couple of years ago, where they're sort of 8th and 9th place finishers. I think I'm not quite sure, but I think Ferrari might step up a little bit next year. If they've got that car just about right, they may go up a little bit. So Ferrari may be like 4th and 5th place finishers next year, and I think McLaren may drop down a little bit. But we will see. We will see. Would you prefer to drive or take public transport? Oh, drive, definitely. Can't stand public transport. No, it's full of horrible people snotting out their germs everywhere. Yes, yeah. And drunks. Oh my God, yes. Lots of drunks. Yes. No. Can't stand it. Much prefer to drive. And Joseph Plant Pot's in the house. Oh my goodness. He's going to have a special wave from TB, his very special favourite bear. Hello, Joseph. Wee! TB the bear. Yes. Okay, that's enough now. Getting too famous as it is. Joseph says, I've only seen GoldenEye. Okay, that's it, everyone. I formally tender my resignation from the Elite Racing League. From this, you've heard it here first. From this moment, yes, because I cannot be a part of someone who's only ever watched GoldenEye. Yes, which wasn't even James Bond at his best. To be fair, no, it was a good start for Pierce Brosnan, but it wasn't James Bond at his best. And so I'm sorry, no, I have to leave right now because that's ridiculous. How many is there now? 25 films? 25 films, and you've only ever watched Chuffing Goldeneye? Ugh, unbelievable. I bet he's seen every one of those bloody Leprechaun movies. I bet you he has. Yeah, they've probably done about 25 of those shitty ass things by now as well. And I bet you he's seen every single one of them, all the Hellraisers and everything else. But he's only ever seen fucking Chuffing Goldeneye. Oh, it's got me going now, lads. It's got me going now. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Does that make me a bad person? Yes, it bloody well does. Absolutely. Bloody well does. I also happen to know that he's only seen about 2 Star Treks as well, which is it's heresy as far as I'm concerned. Heresy. Yes. It's Mute today, Mr. Christian. Mute today. I will hang you from the nearest yardarm. As they used to do back in the day. Yes. Helium Trophy. You've seen Bottas's girlfriend? Yes, I have seen Bottas's girlfriend several times, mainly on a Monday. Very nice. I do feel sorry for Valtteri though with his other wife. You know, that didn't last very long, did it? With old Emily or Amelia, whatever her name was, I can't remember. But that didn't last very long. Was it 3 years? Wasn't it? He's married 3 years. That's very short for a marriage, I have to admit. And I think she quite possibly got half of everything, which is never good. Never good. So I do feel sorry for Valtteri there. Matthew says Joseph Plant. No. Oh, that's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. Helium Trophy says many male cycling fans also have a thing for. Oh God, we got another one. I can't say these names. Kezia Nunaduna. Yeah, that's all right there. I'm glad I'm in good company. Anyway, let's just while I'm looking at the comments, I'll just I'll just put that name in for later because was it NINW? Right, hey, where's bloody names? The just put that in for. Oh my goodness! Yes, that's another thing, isn't it? Yes. 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 I really must partake in some female cycling. Yes. I think it's time. Yes, I think it's definitely anyway, we'll continue that later. Given one of their backers passed away last year, it's no wonder McLaren are in financial difficulty. I didn't know that. I see. That's very sad. I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't even know McLaren were in a state of financial distress. I really didn't. Especially, with them doing well in the Grand Prix. I thought they were up there, but no, unfortunately, they are in trouble. So I mean, they're not going to disappear because they are a well-established team. I can't see them disappearing anywhere, but I can definitely see them dropping down a little bit, unless someone comes in, big company or corporation comes in and takes them over. I'm not quite sure. Liberty Media, perhaps they could buy them. Yes, go on, Liberty, give it a shot. Why not? You could call yourself McLaren Media. What about that? Do you like that? McLaren Media. Liberty McLaren. Who knows? Mr. Rule said, I think Aston Martin will be quite a lot better next year, a bit like how Racing Point were in 2020. They seem to be building the future and not focus much on this. Yeah, I quite agree. I think Aston Martin will be a little bit higher. I think they'll be like fifth and sixth place finishers next year, something like that. So I think they're going to do well. Of course, you're never going to topple Mercedes and Red Bull, unfortunately, but I think they'll be the third team next year, definitely. So that'll be good. Oh God, I've got another notification now from Google. Volcanic lightning shot. Incredible photo of the rare phenomenon. Won first prize in the perfect moment photo competition. Great. Lovely. No interest in that whatsoever, but thanks for sending it to me right in the middle of my stream. Great. Ferrari will be like how they were at the end of my GP2 series. Yes, they will. I think they'll be pretty decent next year. Of course, all the cars are going to be the same next year. Yes, all the cars are going to be the same. So that's going to be great to see. Well, for about the first 5 rounds, and then it all return to normal again. Yes, because the cars may be the same, but the engines won't be, will they? No. So there you go. Joseph says, "I'm sorry, haha." And yes, I own the complete Leprechaun collection on Blu-ray. I knew you would have the complete Leprechaun collection on Blu-ray. I knew you would. I just knew you would. Yes, I should have gone up to my local betting shop up the road and put a bet on, and I knew I would have won lots of money there because I knew you would have the whole of the Leprechaun collection on Blu-ray. Well, I'm gonna say one back at you, sir. I'm gonna say one back at you. I've only ever seen one Leprechaun movie. There you go. And don't ask me which one it was. No. I remember I saw one in the 80s about killer clowns. Do you remember what that one was? Yeah, Killer Clowns. It may have actually been called Killer Clowns. I don't know, but it was in the 80s, and it was about clowns that kill people. Yeah, it was. I think it was like a slasher one. Yeah, thinking back, it probably was called Killer Clowns, but I remember that one around about 1986. I think it was. Great movie, absolutely great. Oh my goodness, we have the moaning Yorkshireman in the chat. Well, as he happens to be a full-time paid member of the F1 Games PlayStation, because he's got that little symbol next to his thing, he gets a special TB wave. Hello, Mr. Moaning Yorkshireman. Yes. Of course, that isn't the only movement that TB does when he's doing that. No, there's something else that when TB's doing that, yeah. Anyway, moving on before we get demonetized once again. He says, "Why do you always do this on a Thursday when I'm busy?" Well, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. From this point on, I will stop. And if you just let me know when you're not busy, I will automatically put the stream on at that time. So you tell me when you're not busy, and I will change the stream to that time. Okay? Because God knows I can't upset my loyal members, for 99p a month. I will have to change the stream, everyone. I'm sorry. So he'll let me know when he's not busy, and we'll be doing the streams from that time from now on. Matthew says, "Do you think Bottas plays a lot of games with his girlfriend?" Oh, I expect he plays a huge amount of games with his girlfriend. Yes. If you look at his girlfriend, I mean, who wouldn't want to play a huge amount of games with her? Yes. So well done, Bottas. I don't think he's worried one little bit that he's leaving Mercedes next year and going to Alpha. Not when he can go home and play lots of games with his girlfriend. Why would Bottas worry? He's getting money in the bank next year. What is it, a 3-year deal, isn't it? I think with Alpha, 3-year deal. Personally, I think it's a serious step backwards for his career. For his career, I think it's a serious step backwards. I don't see the point in it. I mean, Alpha are never going to be up there, not at the moment anyway, not even for a few years. They're never going to. So it's a serious backward step. So he's just taking the money and he's running with it, isn't he? But as I say, if he had a girlfriend like that, I wouldn't worry about it either. He's getting paid at the end of the day, isn't he? So what does it matter? What does it matter? But yeah, as for his career, serious backward move, I think. Serious backward move. I don't even see the point in it. But there you go. Definitely play tag, Matty. Yeah, I expect they do play tag. Yes. Hide the sausage in the vagina. That's one of my favourites anyway. Yes. Oh, Mr. Rules says hello to Josh. And good evening, everyone, says the Moan Yorkshireman. Yes, good evening to everyone. I've been waffling on now for the last 1 hour and 10 minutes. Yes, 1 hour and 10 minutes. I was supposed to be talking exclusively about the last Grand Prix, but I haven't even started yet, so I'm probably not even going to bother. No, probably not even going to bother. No. This is definitely Mr. P.S. Luton Rules. It is definitely him, yes. Joseph says, how do I get a special thing next to my face, Dave? Well, you have to get a special thing by going to F1 Games PlayStation and you'll see a little button that says join. If you press on that button for just 99p a month, yes, I know, bargain of the century. I tried to do it at 50p, but YouTube wouldn't let me because that's the lowest they'll go. Lowest they'll go. For 99p a month, you will get a little logo next to your, and if you do it now, that symbol will be different from Josh's. It will be blue because you're a new member. After a month, it goes green like Josh's has. Yes, so you will be special, Joseph. You will be special because everyone in the chat will know you're new. You're new and shiny because you'll be blue. Yes, and after a month, it goes green. And don't ask me what happens after 2 months because I haven't done any more emoji symbols yet, so I don't know. It'll probably go back to blue again because I'm very lazy. I'm not really. It takes ages to do. I make them myself. If anyone doesn't know or can't see it properly, maybe you can blow it up. It actually says F1 GP in the middle of that square. Yeah, F1, which is F1 Games PlayStation. Yes. And I made them myself. Yes, you can just use YouTube emojis, but I actually made them because I care about my people. Yes. So there you go. That's how you get a little thing next to your name. Mr. Rule says, who is that bear on screen? I've no idea. No idea. One last one. Oh, God, here we go. F key sew it. F key sew it. There you go. That's how I'm going to pronounce it. F key sew it. It's F K E S O E D. What has my life turned into? How sad is this, eh? 52 years old, and I've been reduced to getting people to send me links to female cyclists. Oh yes. Oh God. Yes. Okay. Yes. 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 Ah. Yes. Yes. And yes. Anyway, we'll save that in my special browser for later. Yes, my special browser. Yes. Oh God. That bear is under investigation for tax fraud and various claims of human smuggling also being looked into. TB, what have you been up to? Have you been defrauding the taxes again? You have? You little bastard. You little bastard, aren't you? He doesn't care. He doesn't care, Joseph. He's a bear and he doesn't care. Look at him. Look, he's holding his hand up to you. Look, he says, Joe, I don't care because I'm TB Bear. Yes, famous bear. Yes, he was in Star Trek, don't you know? Yes, captain of the USS Enterprise, NCC 1701. Steady on. What's he doing now? Oh, no, he's wanking my head. No, TB, no, stop it now. Stop it. You'll get us demonetized from YouTube. Stop it now. Stop it. I'm only doing this so the man in California at YouTube who's sitting in his nice plush office now. Plush office, yeah, sitting there drinking his cappuccino flapper latte or whatever you want to call it. He'll be sitting there now because he's got live stream Hookster Talks. He'll be sitting there watching it, and now he'll be sitting there going, what the chuffing hell's going on now? He'll be going, what the chuffing hell's going on now? And I quite agree, Mr. YouTube man. I'll leave you to try and decide how you want to proceed with this video. Do you want to stop the monetization, or shall we just let it go? Because he's not doing any harm. He's just doing what comes naturally to him. Yeah, he's a bear. He's a bear. Yeah, he's a bear, and he's got needs. He's still got needs, and he's just expressing those needs right now. We don't need to punish him for that, surely. No, no. Oh, I think he's finished. Have you done? Are you done? He's done. Oh, oh God. Ah, bloody hell. Bloody hell. What do you think of the calendar for 2022? I haven't actually looked at it. I don't think I have anyway. But it's going to be the same as the calendar for 2021, isn't it? Really, just a few changes. Just a few changes. Won't be any difference. I'm more excited for the cars and what's going to happen with the cars on the track for 2022, because all the cars are going to look the same. So none of this aerodynamic bullshit that a lot of the higher up teams have. That's going to be great. It's going to be great. So it's really going to be down to driver and engine next year, which is great. This is what it was like in the old days. Yeah, driver and engine combination next year. So I'm looking forward to it. But I'm still pretty sure that after about 4 rounds, it'll all return to normal again, and we'll all be saying, "Cool, that was a boring race, wasn't it?" Yeah, overtaking. I can't wait for the overtaking with no DRS. How is that going to work? How is that going to work? Is it going to be like the old days? I don't know, but I just can't wait to. I just want to see that first race. I am really excited for the first race of 2022. I I have to admit, I just want to get 2021 out of the way now, because come on, hurry up, because I'm really excited for that first race in 2022, because it is hitting the reset button, and I just can't wait. Really can't wait. As I say though, 4 races in it, it'll be just back to normal again. But the first race is going to be great. Going to be great. I think there were a few errors. Yeah, quite possibly, because they don't finalise it, do they, till about next March. Scott says hi to Josh. What's all this? Hi to Josh. What? He comes into my bloody chat on my bloody stream, and everyone starts saying hello to him. Well, is he popular or something, or what? No, this is not on. I'm sorry. I take exception to this. Stop saying hello to the moaning Yorkshireman, please. Thank you. He's got a big enough bloody head as it is. It's going to be huge, huge by the end of this stream. I'll tell you, it's just unbelievable. Just stop it now. Just stop it. Thank you very much. Hello, good evening. Hello and welcome. It's Jeremy Clarkson. Oh, Jeremy. Oh my God, you did let yourself go in lockdown, didn't you? Oh, what a state you looked. Looks better now. And on that bombshell, yes, it's time to end. So thanks so much for watching. That's a pretty good segue, because I will be disappearing in a minute. So well done, Jeremy. I've had it from a good, reliable source that the bear has started a fake church in order to avoid taxes. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. He has got his own church. It's called the Church of the Poisoned Mind. Yes, the Church of the Poisoned Mind. It's especially for TB bears who were very naughty in Russia on F1 2016. Oh, you big bad bear. You big bad bear, weren't you? Oh, you loved it though, didn't you? Eh? You loved it. Yes, you loved it. This is the first time I've ever seen a TB on top of a middle-aged man. Well, I have to say it's not a first for me. No. In fact, it's not a second, third, fourth, or fifth time that I've seen a bear on top of a middle-aged man. But it's still impressive every time I see it, I have to say. It's still impressive. But yeah, the novelty now is slightly worn off, I have to say, which is possibly caused by advanced age. But yeah, when it first happened, it was very exciting indeed. Josh for president, despite him and I having different opinions on certain matters, I very much respect the man. Yes, Josh for president. I quite agree. Yes. And he could be our prime minister as well. He's probably going to do a better job than one we got now. Yeah. Old Barmy Boris. Barmy Boris. Boris, I've got a question for Boris Johnson, because I'm sure he'll be watching Hookster Talks, because he probably always enjoys it, sitting there with Carrie in the evening with his cup of chuppa marta coffee or whatever it is. Boris, here I go. Boris, stop acting like everything is okay. Okay. I'm talking specifically about the UK, but this applies to all over the world. Everything is not okay right now, Boris. Okay. People are very, very fed up. Yes. A lot of it as a result of the pandemic, but a lot of other factors as well. But people are not okay. So stop saying everything is okay, Boris. Stop with the 15-minute speeches about how great Britain is and how great Britain is going to be in the future. Because we don't worry about the future. We worry about what happens right now, Mr. Boris Johnson. And right now, your people in the UK are not very happy. No. You can't keep saying everything is okay when we currently have about 5 million people unemployed. That is not okay, is it? Lots of people now are struggling and they're going to struggle through this winter because the gas and electric are going to absolutely skyrocket. So, Mr. Johnson, please stop saying everything is okay because it isn't. And a lot of people that I see around are very, very upset right now. Okay. And it doesn't help when you do these conferences where you're all waving your arms at each other and saying how awesome you are. The great British public does not respect that whatsoever. Okay. Also, I'd like to end on an up because I don't like to bring things down without bringing them back up again and say that I think in the future things are going to improve and we will get back to pretty much normal. COVID will still be around, unfortunately, but it's not going to go away. But I do believe in the future things are going to get back to a sort of normal that we had around about 2019. So I don't want everyone to be left on a downer. Okay, things are going to improve. But what I'm saying is, for right now, I just wish our prime minister would stop saying that everything is okay, because for a lot of people in this country right now, everything is not okay. Not okay at all. So just stop it, you balmy little twat. Yes, you balmy little twat. Okay, that's it. That's me now. Not going to be prime minister next week. There you go. I would pay £100 to watch Dave eat the bear live on camera. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. What, all of the bear or just but a bit of him? Because he's a bit tough. He's quite old. He's about 82 years old, Bloody hell. Out plant pot. £100 to eat the TB. Now you know I love you, don't you? Yeah, you know I love you, but I'm also a capitalist. Yeah, 100 quid's 100 quid, mate. Yeah. So I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to eat you. Okay, I'm gonna have to eat you. No, don't shake your head that way. Shake it. No, not that way. No, shake it. No, not that way. No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to eat you right now. Here we go. Have you washed these paws? Oh God. Really? You're supposed to wash them after you masturbate, Yeah, you're supposed. Oh, it's disgusting. Okay then. I'm going to eat you right now. Oh God, he smells. Oh, he's too big for my mouth. That's what she said. There you go. I've eaten TB. Yeah, he tastes funny as well. Yeah. He doesn't taste well. I very much miss our dear friend Matt in the ERL. Yes, so do I. I'm sure he'll be back. He's just taking a sabbatical at the moment. soon as his interest gets back into F1 again, he'll be back. He'll be back. I'm sure he will, because he can't miss dicing with the Hookster for too long. He can't miss it. No, he's got to be back on it. So he'll be back. What do you think is the most underrated Grand Prix of all time? Underrated? Bloody hell. Of all time? Now that's a question. That's a question. Of all time? Blimey. I'd really have to think about that one and get back to you, because there's a lot of Grand Prix there. So, an underrated. I don't know. I'd have to think about that one. Mine is the favourite European. Yeah, I did like 2007 at Europe. Yeah, any sort of race where something strange happens, like the weather suddenly chucks down and cars are spinning around all over the place. They're the sort of races I like. Yes. To watch him cut the bear into small chewable pieces. It's not happening. It's not happening, Joseph. And you can't bribe me with 100 quid either. I'm not cutting up my bear, because I love my bear. Okay. I love him with a special bear love that no one else can understand. So I'm not cutting it up into small pieces. I'm sorry. It's not happening. As Dave kind of cries and chews at the same time. Listen, you sicko. You've been watching too many bloody horror movies, okay? Too many of those Saw movies. Just leave it now. Just leave it, okay? I am not eating my bear. Maybe for 200 quid. That's about the weirdest I've seen this show get. Yeah, I quite agree. What the fuck you doing? YouTube man, are you watching this? Yeah, I'm sure he is. Your YouTube man jumped from the window when you say, I expect he did. I expect he did that about an hour and a half ago when I first started the stream. He went, oh, no, it's the Hookster. Mr. Plant Pot, be careful or TB will be after you. Oh, yes, 2007, the year Lulu floated F1. £110. Look, he's trying to bribe me now. £110 to eat. I'm sorry. I'm not eating my bear. I'm not eating my bear. It's not happening. Anyway, it's time to talk about Formula One, but unfortunately it's not, because it's almost the end of the stream. So I was going to, but there you go. So it's time to issue my thanks now to everyone who has watched tonight. Me waffle on for God knows how long. To Mr. Scott Barnes, Jake Cartwright, Mr. Martin Bundle, hello sir, love your Sky coverage. Mr. Helium Trophy, the Bobster, special mention to the Bobster. Matthew D'Souza. Who else did we have? Mr. Rules, of course. Yes, who can forget Mr. Rules? Joseph Plantpot. Who can forget Joseph Plantpot? And, of course, Josh, the moaning Yorkshireman, as well, was in the chat. But he seems to have disappeared. Yes, he just said hello and he went again because he was too busy to watch. Because I don't do these streams at the right time to fit into his very busy schedule. Yeah. I do apologise. Jeremy Clarkson, of course, was in the house. And I think that's everybody. Yes, that's everybody. Super license revoked. Maybe while you're chewing the bear's small dead parts, you could hum various nursery. That's just sick now. You sick bastard. You sick bastard. Go back and watch your Leprechaun 7 or whatever it is. I don't know, Killer Clowns or Halloween 77, whatever it is you watch. Just go back and watch them, okay? And leave poor TB Bear alone, because that is just, that's beyond sick now. It's beyond sick. Honestly, comes into my chat and just wants me to eat my bear. Anyway, we get a special bye-bye wave from TB, which I guarantee, don't worry, is not going to be eaten. He says, bye-bye, all my fans, all my TB fans. He says, yes. Don't eat me, he says. Don't eat me. Don't worry, I won't eat my beautiful bear. Mwah, mwah, mwah. There he is. Yes. There he is. Operation Female Cyclist work then. Yes, Operation Female Cyclist is definitely going to work. Yes, later. Joseph David Plant, my full name, thanks. There you go. So he's getting annoyed now. KD must be here next time. Yeah, he will be here. I don't know where he's been lately. He disappears. Anyway, that's it. Hour and a half done. I'm done. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. You have been awesome. Oh, God, he's back again. Do you think if you made a small incision into the bear's head and filled it with a cockroaches that could eat their way through? That's it. That's it. Thanks, everyone. I'm out of here. Yes, I'm going to leave that sick bastard to contemplate the next torture for TB. I'm not going to stay anymore. That's it, everyone. Thanks, Scott. Yeah, take care. And to Joseph Plant, go back and watch your bloody Leprechaun 27 or whatever it is, and just leave it now. Just leave it, okay? There's a line and you just crossed it, so just leave it. Thanks, everyone. And TB, yes. And I will see you in the next video. You've been awesome as always. And as always, there will, of course, be more later. I will get you, TV. Yeah. Not a chance. Not a chance. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.